Morning. This is Arnie Waters here in Boston. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Gold is going to be trading in the range of where it is, right around 1695, 1697, maybe 1710, maybe 1715. This is going to be an interesting week to be in the gold market, but we're not expecting a big upward move today. Also, we've noticed that at last, the Kitco poll of experts has suggested that there's less bullishness. That, of course, means that we're now setting the stage for a real solid up move. Molycorp, one of our favorites, is set up to attempt to do exporting of rare earths to China. Their acquisition of Neo, the Canadian rare earths firm, has put them in the forefront of processing. So that means that not only will they be able to get rare earths, they will be able to process them into usable commercial and strategic defense metals. And as a consequence, this puts Molycorp well into the forefront going into the next 10 or 15 years. On a very different subject, there's a federal judge in New York, and I think everybody knows on the Greek deal, the people got what's called politely a haircut. In other words, you got screwed. If you were a private bondholder, you lost XYZ percentage. There's a judge in New York City, Judge Griza, who has ruled, and this concerns Argentina, that everybody has to get the same deal. So in other words, if somebody got 100 cents on the dollar and you got 50 cents on the dollar, the sovereign nation has to pay you 100 cents on the dollar. This is going to play out very interestingly in the courts in the United States over the next few years with regard to the Greek matter. It might not even surprise us to see someone in U.S. court trying to get an injunction to stop the Greek deal from going forward. The legendary James Grant of Grant's Interest Rate Observer, who has been a devoted follower of gold for some time, had a turn of phrase that I really liked, which he said, "Gold is the reciprocal of the world's faith in paper money." In other words, as the faith of the world in paper money declines, the price of gold will increase. We can only expect that to accelerate in the coming months. We're shifting ground now to China. In China, a totalitarian state. I keep bringing that up because you would think China was something else. China is a top-down, rigid, Office 666 dominated totalitarian state. If you say the wrong thing, you disappear. If you say the wrong thing, you're sent to prison for 10 years. And I don't think they have prison camps. I think they have very serious, harsh interrogation methods that they use on people. As a consequence, China makes all these big policy statements that sound really good, but the enforcement is sketchy. That's why you have buildings crumbling. That's why there are so many officials who do not enforce anything, and there's neither a free press nor an active group of people who can report these difficulties to anyone. So because it's a totalitarian regime, officials have become in the mode of hiding their mistakes, which in turn means the central government knows, in fact, less and less about what's going on with the real people. And we know what that leads to. Lastly, we'll turn to uranium, one of our favorite topics over the last year, though we haven't said much about it in a while. You will recall that after the tragic Fukushima event, we averred that there were no cancellations of nuclear plants, ordered or under construction. No cancellations. A year later, that's still true. There are 163 more reactors on order and 60 reactors currently under construction. I repeat, there have been no cancellations of reactors. It may behoove you to take a look back at some of our projections for uranium because most developing countries desperately need power in order to effectively function. The only way they're going to get power is through nuclear power, and they're prepared to pay for it. This is Arnie Waters. Aim for the ice flows, not the open water. Be happy today. Thanks.